that we've had.
Oh my god, I completely agree.
We have our pumpkin spice tea from the Republic of Tea, and it smells so like warming and comforting. This is just
fall in a cup. Welcome everybody to this autumn-filled day. It is finally October. It is October 3rd. It is October 3rd.
Where did September go?
It is October 3rd.
Oh.
It is Monday, October 3rd, and
It took me a while to get that one.
welcome to another episode of the Feminist Tea Party. I'm sorry, I want to just drink all of this tea. You know, today is, I don't know if it's the tea,
October 3rd, we know.
If it's because it's October 3rd, or the tea, or us, or the fall, or whatever, but most of our stories, or I want to say all of them, are like really great stories.
There is one story that we're going to start off with that I think is a little sad just because of what's behind it.
I think it's sad, but I also think she was brave. So we're actually talking about Sienna Olifant. She is a young girl from Charlotte, North Carolina. She stood up in front of the city council, and in tears she was saying, basically, why is it that just because of our skin color we have to go through this?
We are black people and we shouldn't have to feel like this. We shouldn't have to protest because y'all are treating us wrong. We do this because we need to and have rights.
I felt more anger that we're living in a time, to a certain extent, where like kids have to go through this, or like they have to go in front of a city council to be heard.
It's great that it's a young girl who's taking it upon herself to make her voice be heard, and it's great that the city council is allowing her to speak and listening to what she has to say, and not being like, oh, she's just a child, what does she know? How she doesn't know what's going on, she doesn't understand. And it's like, well, no, it's kids get it, kids know what's going on, but people apparently are saying like, oh, she was put up to it, because I guess she was kind of like looking up when she was crying, but she could have been looking up for comfort, maybe trying to find her mom in the crowd, or you know, somebody that she trusts in the crowd. But people were like, oh, they're putting her up to it, and you know, this isn't genuine.
I actually thought the complete opposite, especially because through sobs she was trying to say certain things and she was kind of repeating herself a little bit. Like, it looked like she was nervous.
So we applaud Sienna. There's speaking, but there's also listening. There are a lot of people speaking, there are a lot of people taking actions, peaceful actions, but I think what comes next is listening to them and not throwing tear gas into peaceful crowds. Yeah. Moving on to the more heartwarming and happy parts of this episode.
Our next story comes from this article that I read. It's called New York City Stars $5 Million Fund for Women in Film and Theater. And because we are women in film and theater, we were very excited. I was very excited about this. I thought it was well overdue. I hope if I ever have a kid, she won't have to read an article that says that there's this particular fund for women because we need it. It will be more normalized. Basically, the Mayor's Office of Media and Entertainment, which, by the way, if you're watching, okay, they really want a lot of women to be both in front and behind the camera, and we are all about that. Do you think this is gonna actually do something, this initiative?
Not much has changed within the past couple of years. That's not to say that I'm not hopeful that the more these things come about, the more opportunities women get, the more the status quo will change.
I'm much, not that I don't want to see women in front of the camera, I'm just much more concerned behind the camera, because that's when media starts shifting and focusing on other things.
So great, women in front of the camera and behind, good on you. Our home turf,
yes,
NYC.
Yeah.
This is your favorite part.
Yeah, it is. Is it time? Is it?
Go ahead.
Highlight. We're gonna talk about Amber Rose. She did like the Slutwalk, and then the show, which we talked about in an earlier episode. I love when this poster that she has, it says "Fuck Fame, Start Movements," and it's like, with the little bit of fame that I have, I'm gonna do something with it.
I'm glad that, you know, she kept on going, and now the Slutwalk is in its second year. You know, like, all these people coming together wasn't just celebrities. A bunch of people were there in, like, skimpy outfits and, like, just having, you know, a good time and for a cause. I mean, the whole issue with the Slutwalk is that, you know, it's addressing rape culture, and just because I wear, like, short skirts and short shorts and, like, my body is on display does not invite you to to violate or to judge. And I think she really has a good grasp on it, and she's not just doing it just because, you know.
So cookies to you, Amber, and your fellow celebrities and friends who support your cause.
I came across this video by Grace Potter. She's a singer, and she did this special video celebrating women in STEM.
I really like that the fact that the video isn't just like encouraging young women, but it's also saying these women went through it and they actually did it. I hope that with this and things like the Legos and a whole bunch of like different careers for the Barbie doll, I hope that it actually amounts to something, because a lot of times we encourage these young women, and then when they get to that field or when they get to the workplace, it's kind of like, oh, wait a minute, you need to go through this other hoop.
I think we underestimate a girl's resilience. I think it's important to nurture it and not beat it down, but I also feel like coddling isn't necessary. I think if we give them enough of a push that they'll do it for themselves, and it's like if they want it enough that even when they get to all those obstacles in the field, they'll like maybe remember, oh, you know, there have been women that have come before me and they've done this and they've done a really great job and they've paved the way for me. I can do that for myself and for other girls coming behind me. Overall, I think Grace Potter did an amazing job with the video, and I'm going to keep watching and watching because I am obsessed.
Something that I've been a little bit obsessed with as well has been Feminist Frequency, another YouTube channel here that you guys might be familiar with. They had a campaign earlier this year about this series that they were going to be doing on ordinary women. It was going to be describing these like lives of these extraordinary women that we probably don't hear a lot about. You guys should go check that out. They have their first 2 episodes up already. They had their first episode on Emma Goldman, and I really enjoyed it.
She said, "I want freedom, the right to self-expression. Everybody's right to beautiful, radiant things." For Goldman, a revolution without dancing was not a revolution worth having.
It was very well made, and just these things that I didn't know about her, or just like in general in history. I like knowing these little things about womankind, that we are not just starting these things now, that there was a lot of other great women out there who actually truly did defy their time.
Like, women had to do things a lo escondido, because if people found out, they would be like in legit fucking trouble. For us, you know, it's like, it's great that we have a YouTube channel, but we realize how
we're very much privileged in the fact that we are living in this particular time where, even though it's not perfect, we won't get murdered because of this. I mean, maybe not. We have said a few things about Trump, so, you know. So,
I'm looking forward to more episodes. One thing that it did for me was, I think I'm a lot more, I mean, I was interested before, but it does make me more interested to look into, you know, there's history and there's her story. How many women out there do we not know about?
Thank you guys for watching. I love that we ended in this, like, we always end in a positive vibe, but I feel like
it's been a positive show.
It's been a very positive show.
Usually we're foaming at the mouth off.
Yes, by this time around.
Something or another.
I think also with the weather and the great tea, overall, it was a win-win for all of us. Yes.
It's a good one.